Welcome to Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Today we have Emin Afandi.
Hello, my darling. Hi.
Hi. It's so lovely to have you on again.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Very happy to be here. I'm in your apartment today. We're
Yes,
here.
she's in my apartment. She just banged on my door, said, "Do you want to do a podcast?" I was like, "No." I was like,
No.
So she rushed in. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not going to accept you and like all those other dirty men.
She was talking about my husband. You know.
Exactly. But we just did your podcast. What's your podcast called?
The universe of roast, baby.
The Universe of Roast. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we started mean, so now maybe we can be a bit nicer.
A bit nicer to another year because this already started so nice, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, you're naturally roasty. It's
Yeah,
lovely.
naturally, I know,
It's
I know.
nice.
But that's why I agreed to do your show. So you do my show. It's a very Jewish way of doing things, you know.
Is it Jewish? Why is it-
Well, Azerbaijani Jewish, you know. I was like,
Okay.
you know, you know how Confucius once said, "You scratch my back, I will scratch yours, and you get hepatitis," you know. But it's
Yum, yum, yum.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, okay, buy one, get one free. Like, we do 2 podcasts one time.
Yeah.
It's, it's just efficiency, right? Comedians were busy. Time is money. Time is money. Nah. I'm going to see Nikki Glaser tonight. I'm really excited about that.
I'm so fucking jealous because I actually wanted to see her, but I love her. I love her jokes about giving blowjobs, you know. It's very me.
Yes.
You know, and I always loved her roasts as well because she's been such an amazing roaster, you know.
She's such a good roaster.
Such an energy ball, and she does it so naturally.
Yeah.
It's even like, it's actually really cool. And that's why I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous. I wish I could have gone too, but there are no more tickets available. And yeah, fucking Facebook, you know, like I didn't see that.
Facebook, yeah. I discovered it very late as well. One of my favorite roasts from Nikki Glaser was, I don't even know who the actor was, but if you saw him, the roast was just the smallest one liner. She's like, this actor, your face looks like a sleepy potato. Sleepy potato. It's just it's just like, what a burn, man. It's so nasty. I love it. Yeah.
For me, the favorite roast from her was she was roasting this journalist who's very racist, Ann Coulter, and she was
yes.
Ann Coulter, and they were doing roasts in her honor, well, dishonor, you know, and she said that the only person who will be happy to see your grave will be a Mexican guy who will be digging at you. I literally died there, you know, and she called Robert De Niro Alf, you know, and
So good.
it's just, you're gonna have a great time. You know, you're gonna have a great time.
I can't wait. She's like one of the heroes, I think, for me, for sure.
Modern strong women comedians, I think she's one of them.
Yeah.
I think Ali Wong is also very, 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 very good.
I'd love to see her live. Ugh.
Oh, I would love. I would. Yeah. Have you actually seen her show Beef recently on Netflix?
No, some people are talking about it. I'd be open to seeing it. The trailer annoyed me, but you think it's good?
I watched all of it. I can tell you it's one of the best things I've ever seen on Netflix in a very long time.
Really?
Like, yeah,
okay.
I loved it.
Okay.
Like it has it's very dark.
Yeah,
it's
great.
a dark humor.
Great.
And what I like is about how they built around kind of this Asian families, you know, things that, you know, Koreans, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, and how they actually, those cultures in America, they kind of, you know, contact one another, you know, how they deal with one another. And it's a really good social sketch on the commentary on what's going on in America right now, like especially because Asians are also underrepresented, you know, especially in America. And I think it's actually really great that what she did. So really, really good show.
Yeah, did you watch her movie, Definitely Maybe?
No.
Okay.
I should.
I was kind of disappointed in it. Like it's entertaining. It's got good writing, but I was disappointed because as a movie that's kind of like her movie, she is not written as the funny character.
Yeah.
And that made me so sad. Like she's so funny. Why is she not funny in it? You know, that's like, what? Whereas like the dudes are the funny ones, and her dumb best friend, you know, classic dumb best friend. And then have you watched Working Mums?
I watched one season.
Okay, just one season.
So, yeah.
The new season is like got really explosive laugh out loud moments.
Really?
Yeah. Really, like there's some great acting and some great it's great writing going on. I really love it.
No, I love female. I'll be honest. For me, my comedians too. Even and then one of the reasons why I love your comedy, for example, and I like, for example, comedy of many women, lady comedians in Berlin, and I find them like very strong because for me, women are always talking about issues. Like gays, like me, we're talking about issues that are really annoying, and we're actually pushing progress in a certain way. I believe so,
Yes.
and that's why for me, women comics are always funny,
Yeah.
and that's why I know most of women comics. And when people ask me about, oh, do you know this dude comedian, like straight, I'm like, no, like I just really.
Yeah.
I get inspiration from people like Nikki Blazer, Ali Wong. Well, for me the first one was Joan Rivers. That was
Yes,
my
Joan.
Joan Rivers. For me, it was the reason why I started doing comedy. Like actually, yeah, I was on a pandemic. I was watching her, and the thing is, I never knew her before. Because in Azerbaijan we didn't really have a stand-up comedians like from America.
Yeah.
And I mostly heard of Joan Rivers when drag queens were talking about her, like lots of gays were talking about her. And so I was like, okay, let me just check who the Joan Rivers
Yeah.
is. And then I saw her, and when I saw her comedy, I just felt such a connection because the jokes that she was making are like jokes I've done,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know about her,
Yeah.
and it was such a connection, and that inspired me. And then actually when I saw you performing, because you were one of the first comedians, I mentioned that before, but just again, you were one of the first comedians I saw in Berlin, wearing, that amazing, 80s murderer jacket, and I was,
Look, it's streetwear. It's streetwear. It's I still wear it, dude.
it's really cute. I just hope you don't kill me,
I did get it for free though. I have to clarify. It was it was
one of your victims.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, because you said I looked like a serial killer because I was wearing like my clear rimmed glasses.
Clear glasses, yeah.
And this like zip up windbreaker.
One of your
jacket.
first jokes I remember because I was quite bored. At the beginning of that show, I was like, "Oh my God, when someone nice will come out?" And then when it was announced it's gonna be a woman, well, I mean, I know, quite horrible. I assumed you have a gender. It's
You heard my name and you thought I was a woman. How dare you?
How dare you be a woman? Like so. And I was like, oh my God, I really hope she is great. Otherwise, I'm just leaving. Because.
By the way, I think that was very complimentary. You just called me a woman. Like you just admitted it. Right? That's so lovely.
You are a woman, 100% natural woman.
Natural, yes.
Except
for all the drugs inside me, but everything else is natural.
And the liver which is about to give up. It's.
No, stop the alcohol. It's just the brain that's gonna decompose. I think first. No, but anyway. So you said.
So you were complimenting me. Such a slut.
Yes.
And one of your first jokes that you said was, "Why men always come on my chest and don't want to clean up." I think that was that one.
Yes, my
and I was dying laughing, and Desi, who's my husband, who's in the other room because he's locked up there, he was, he laughed his ass off, he was laughing so much, and he said, she's probably a teacher, and then you said that you used to be an English language teacher. I was like, that explains a lot,
I love it. All that obviously it's going to come from a student or somewhere. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, that bit, I do love that bit. If I opened with that's so hardcore.
You did open with that, you did, and I was like, and that's what I loved. You were like, you literally fucked everybody else who were performing before you because you literally went in so hard, because this is what I love about this kind of comedy, when you shock everyone. You shock the audience, you shock the organizers, you shock everybody, and this is literally. Like when I saw you doing that, I was like, okay, she can do it. It means like there are actually people, they're open to this, so I can do it. And that since then, it was, so quite inspirational.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I do love that bit. I'm excited. I just got confirmed my slot at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Oh, wow.
So it's happening, and why that's so exciting is because I've been talking about it, but it wasn't confirmed. Like, they confirmed really late the time slots, and so I was a bit like, maybe it's not going to happen. And But the reason why it's important to me is because all those jokes are like, I don't really do those jokes, like the come on tits. That's in my hour. And what I want to do is be able to have good footage after I've taken it to all the festivals, have good footage and upload all the bits in their best, like getting their best reaction. And so being in Adelaide and being in Melbourne, I was filming all my special, like all my solos, but the quality, like I now know, okay, I gotta make sure my tripod's really close to the stage. I gotta film in 4K. I need to wear the lapel mics. And so now Edinburgh would be 14 shows in a row where absolutely I should get at least like, I should be able to get in those 14 shows a clip of each one of the jokes in my hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be
and then I'll be able to upload it all and upload the fucking come on tits bit in its best moment, and then I can retire it, and then it's up there and done.
Yeah.
Up there all over the internet. Yeah. Like the comes on my tits. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But this is what I've been doing, like because I have this whole set when I talk about having sex with Arab guys.
Yes.
My bits about, but I think what you did very successfully, and that I think why you are successful in what you do is because you established a character which is different from who is Anna in Barris in real life, kind of, but still, you like, and I think this is what, because for us, Anna is a person who, he's a trisexual, who loves to try sex with different people, and you were like, my character is a hairy sex bombshell from Azerbaijan who has sex with all kinds of nations, and I think this works so well with the audience, I think that's why they love you, because you're someone who they can relate to. You have relatability, and I think you created a very correct character, who people do not hate, they just feel, oh my God, this is exactly what I've been missing in my life.
Wow, that's hugely complimentary. I'll take that. That was very sweet. I don't know. I think like some people do have a negative reaction to me, of course. Like not everyone can like.
You can't satisfy everybody,
No.
As I found out having sex with all those people, but it's,
Well, sorry for your experience. That's not my, no, I did once have a conversation. So with an ex-boyfriend of mine, he lived with like a bunch of comedians, all men. And one day with like, it was kind of household where you'd wake up and everyone's like migrated to the living room and everyone's just rolling joints and like drinking coffee. And it's just like, it was very like, it felt very mid-20s. They all were mid-20s. I was like early 30s. But I was like, oh, I'll do this lifestyle. And I enjoyed it a lot. But I remember having a conversation with all of them one time being like, oh, like, dude's not coming? Dudes always come. And they're like, wow, like humble brag much? And I was like, what do you mean? Like dudes always come. Like, dudes always come. Like, they always come. They always come. And they're like, what do you mean? We don't always come. I was like, I don't understand what you're talking. And they're like, wow, you were bragging so much right now. And I was like, I genuinely am not. This is just my experience. Like, when does a dude not come?
Well, when the dude doesn't come, you can tell him you have a health issue. It's called aspermia. When you don't come.
Aspermia?
Aspermia is when you're unable to ejaculate.
Like at all?
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
well that's extreme.
You can feel orgasm.
Yeah.
But nothing is coming out.
That's nice and clean though.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's good for us, but not really good for aspermia.
Have you met someone with aspermia?
What year? No, I've never met those people. But the thing is, since I found out that those people actually exist, I was very afraid that can actually happen because they say that can actually happen to you, even if you never had the problem.
You can develop aspermia.
You can develop aspermia if you, so it has something to do with your prostate. If it stops producing the semen liquid, so then you can actually get aspermia because generally you will, pretty much your balls will dry out and there will be nothing for.
That'll just be sacs, but.
Yeah, it will be like, it will be just a powder.
It'll just be like a milkshake without the chocolate in it.
Yeah, and it won't bring boys to the yard.
No. Not the maybe not chocolate, but it's like it's just like a glass of milk. It's not a vanilla milkshake anymore. It's just a glass of milk.
Yeah, very sad picture.
I think I had sex with 2 people with vasectomies in the last.
Did it taste different?
That was everyone's asked that. I'm like, I actually, what did I think I was a bit high, and I said like yeah, it tasted cleaner.
It was very child-free.
It tasted like no responsibility. It tasted like sweets. It tasted like, I don't know.
Did you actually ever? I don't remember. Have you watched Sex and the City?
I have.
Do you remember there was an episode where Samantha was having sex and this dude came into her mouth and she was, you know, and then she was going. Has that ever happened to you when you were tasting a sperm and you were like, you know?
Look, like I have had it where I swallowed and then a minute later I rushed to the toilet and I threw up.
Well, that's a very strong way to say, guy, we're incompatible, dude. This is the most, but this is the most honest reaction you can have on like, someone. You make me sick.
Like exactly right. Like I swallowed, but then my body rejected it and I had to spit.
Like, you were like, dude. So did you break up with him right there and then?
No. And he was my boyfriend. Like, I don't think I had swallowed so much of like. I think like in my 20s, giving head was just a part of foreplay. It would usually not end up with jizz in my throat. You know what I mean? I think in my 20s, like sort of looking back, it was like it would be a part of it, but it wouldn't be the final act.
Okay.
And so I don't think I actually swallowed that much semen in my early 20s. And so I think in the relationship, like maybe I hadn't actually swallowed his semen much at all, but my body rejected it. And I was like, is this a bad sign? And I was like, no, it's fine. It's but no, I haven't really tasted that many where I've been like, like, I don't think so. No. You?
There was one guy, well, as they said actually, like the smokers, theirs like is always very bad. And this one was so bitter that it actually, since then, I've never let the guy to come in my mouth. It always either on my face or
as
on
in like generally now because of a bad situation.
I genuinely was like, I didn't want to experience that again because that was just bad. It was bitter and it just didn't taste well. And that's why since then I was like, you know what, and the thing is, he saw on my face that I really didn't enjoy, and that's a horrible way to end up what was a really good sex. It was like you're like like that's that face. And the thing is, sometimes there are things that are bad, but you can fake it.
Yes.
But this wasn't that situation. I was like,
you're just like,
no. I was like, no.
Aww.
And but the thing is, he rushed and left quickly after this.
Aww.
And that's why I was like, you know what? Instead of having all this situation again, I just let them just do it, somewhere else. You don't have to. And that's why, I've been using health concerns as a reason why I don't do that, which is partially true. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking, I just don't want to risk it,
Yeah, fair enough. There's been a lot, and I haven't had, and I've a lot of smokers. Like I definitely hook up with a lot of smokers. Yeah. But yeah, usually it's been okay, tasty. But
Yum, nom, nom,
nom,
nom,
nom. But yeah, the vasectomy one, like a lot of people had a lot of questions, but like I would need to be able to have it as I need to do it like a controlled test.
It was like Diet Coke.
Like Diet, exactly. Like I couldn't really tell. It could have just been him, It could have been what I ate before. Like, I don't know.
Baby free. No, but the thing is, some people are actually trying to fix it. I remember I telling this story to my friend, and she was like, why don't they just, eat a pineapple?
Yeah, eat pineapple.
But I was like, but the thing is, I just wonder,
like, how much pineapple do you have to eat?
It's like,
every day? Like
I don't know. But for me, also, the question is, how did people actually discover that what you eat influences your cock.
But
you know?
I don't think it influences that much because, to be honest, like from vegan to meat eater to different all the different
tried it all.
like I don't like the variants. It's kind of like urine. It's either like the variance within urine is either hydrated or dehydrated. With cum, I don't think the food, like there's just so many different people with different diets. I don't think the food affects it that much. It still tastes like cum.
Did you go to Burger King?
Yeah, it's like oh, lots of green vegetables this week.
It's very healthy.
Yeah, like oh, I see you've
But
been.
this is my question. Do you think vegans eat cum?
Yes.
Well, this is the only way probably to get a protein. I don't know. Like
Well,
maybe
yeah,
that's...
but of course, like why? Of course, it's like do they swallow saliva? Yes. Do they? Yeah, for sure.
But
of
in
course.
some sense, it's also they're killing life for short pleasure of time.
But it's gonna be killed anyway.
It's-
It's gonna be killed anyway. Like,
oh my god.
what? Like vegans just edge forever? Like no one comes ever because we don't want to kill
Do
the life.
you support?
It's like, do vegans disagree with abortion? No.
This-
I guess there'd be some Christian vegans out there, but I guess I'd say that Christians would be like, but God made the animals so that we could eat, So I wonder if there are Christian vegans. There's got to be, right?
I think so.
Like hardcore Christian
But
vegans.
for me, I go with the biology here because for me, they're like carnivores, there's herbivores, and there's omnivores. And for me,
Yeah.
humans are omnivores, But whether it's your choice, of course, to be vegan or not, it is your choice. Whether I'm going to like you or not, that's a different question, But do you support veganism, or are you more of a vegetarian side of it?
I support veganism. I think it's the right thing to do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I don't do it because so I was vegetarian for 12 years and I was vegan for 2. And the only reason I've stopped is because like 12 years, sort of restricting myself, and then I was like, you know what? I'd never tried certain delicacies from different countries. I'm going to allow myself to try that. I'm going to allow myself to sometimes enjoy meat because I do enjoy it. But for example, at home, I can't bring myself to buy meat and cook at home. I can't. I do buy cheese, but usually when I buy dairy products, I buy the most expensive, highest quality, sort of organic and
me too.
good ethics, And I don't consume that much dairy. Like I sound like a classic meat eater. Like I don't eat that much meat, but like I don't eat that much dairy. Like I might have like one sort of packet of cheese in my thing and like butter, and like it's not like I still drink like vegetable based milk or whatever, but like so like oat milk. But the thing is, like, I believe that veganism, like, if it's done correctly,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of like, it can create a bit of stress to make sure that you're eating vegan, and I think if it's creating stress for you, then that is unhealthy in its own right.
No, I completely agree with you because my best friend of 20 years, she went vegan, and at some point she stopped because it was just very hard for her to find substitutes in Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Because the culture of Azerbaijan built so much around meat, because meat is a very important part. It's actually the economy of the country as well. Yeah. So that's why it can be very challenging for a vegetarian. No, it's very easy to be vegetarian in our country, but vegan, it's
much harder.
Challenging.
Yeah.
I mean, it's happening already. People kind of are, I think. I mean, do I think that veganism is, as you said, correctly organized veganism? That's great. I wouldn't mind trying that.
Yeah.
I've tried some vegan dishes. I actually like them.
Yeah.
There's a whole vegan place here in Berlin where they cook stuff that looks exactly like prawns or octopus, and
Heaps of that.
Delicious.
Yeah.
One of the most delicious things I've had. But at the same time, what I do not support is, I'm going to call it a bit of fascism. When you are making other people feel bad about their choices, when really it's not your place to speak. As long as you're happy with yourself, I don't think you need to make other people feel guilty about their choices.
I totally agree, and that's a big. It's the kind of like the dogma, the self-righteousness. And just the amount of conversation about it, it's like that's what's boring for me. It's like I was vegetarian. Like a long time, but I just got sick of talking about it. Like, I actually, at one point, like, it's not that I wanted to talk about it, it's that people would ask and then they would try and fight with me. And so I often had that experience. I had that experience with like meat eaters, them just fucking fighting with me about it and arguing with me. And I'm like, dude, I'm not judging you. I'm not arguing with you. And it was just, so boring being like, why I'm vegetarian? You want to know why I'm vegetarian? Okay, and I'll explain it. And then they get defensive, and it's like, dude, you know the consequences of what you're doing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm saying I'm choosing to live this way because I see these facts around sustainability, as well as just my own sense of like morality, like what animals I would kill to eat, what animals I wouldn't, and I prefer not to kill in order to sustain myself. All this kind of stuff, like distribution of resources. I would sort of explain it, and this, just by explaining sort of the way that the meat industry works, they would then feel attacked, and it's like, you asked. You asked. I just said I'm not going to eat that. You asked. I don't want to. Like, I'm not interested. I'm not going to convert you. I don't care. But yeah, so I got to it, like, after a couple of years of being vegetarian. I started in 2006. By like 2012, I wasn't even, like, I lived with someone who didn't know I was vegetarian he didn't know for like, he still forgets, but like 2 years he didn't know I was vegetarian. We lived together. I just don't talk, like, it's not about, it's not about making it part of your identity. Like, ugh.
Yeah, that's what annoys me, I think, the most, is that people, I think, need to just chill the fuck out and just let other people do whatever they do and not push their own agenda on other people. You want to eat meat, eat meat. Do whatever you want. You want to be vegan, be vegan. As long as, because the thing is, I also think when someone asks, why do you eat meat? Why are you vegan? I don't think you can actually provide an answer that will satisfy these people.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you say, they will disagree with you.
Absolutely. That, like, just your lifestyle choice challenges their belief system, and it's like, and that in itself as a foundational, like, as a foundation, like, starting point for them. That's the problem. It's people that, because someone else lives differently, they see that as a challenge. It's like they're the people that are intolerant of other religions. They're the people that are intolerant of other political positions. Like, it's like, that's the problem. Feeling challenged because someone lives a different life to you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, and the thing is about identity, I don't think what, usually people say you are what you eat. I don't believe in this. I generally believe you eat because you need energy, because it's your fuel that fuels you up to do stuff. I generally don't like when people put identity into a certain brackets. I just think identity is so much more than that.
I also just think, like, putting labels on your identity is also just so dumb. It's like, you are what you do, and like, why are you creating labels and like and reducing yourself to these labels? Like, any kind of, like, yes, you can be like, these are my sexual preferences. This is the kind of gender I identify as. I come from here. This is what I do. But like, to be like really offended if someone doesn't know some of those things about you, bring it down.
For me, even, it's actually, why would you even want to, like, for me, it doesn't matter whether you're straight, gay, bisexual, pansexual. For me, what it most matters to me is that you're a decent human being who respects my personal space and respects my choice, and don't really, for me, that's what matters. For example, I don't go around, okay, I do it now because of the comedy, but I don't go around and say, I'm gay, I suck dicks. I don't do that, because for me, it's like, I'm Emin. Like, and me being gay, for me, is like having black hair, hairy back, Like, for me, it's just part of my biology, I would say. So it's not, but it doesn't define who I am as a person or what I love doing. I just don't.
Absolutely.
It's not who, it doesn't define you. And for example, you can be straight and you can have a manner. You can be straight and you can love Madonna, Cher, Kylie Minogue, and work in fashion. And even you can do Yas Queen and stuff. I know straight guys who are so fucking gay, like when you look at them.
Yeah, me
but
too.
they are fucking straight, and they fuck more women than any hunk
Yeah.
And I know gay guys who are like the super trucker, watches football, drinks beer, and
Yeah.
eats chicken wings.
Yes.
And they are fucking gay, and they're bottoms, by the way. So it's
Classic.
so it doesn't. You can't really define someone's identity based on those things that you see.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely. I do wonder. We were talking a bit about it in your pod, but this idea of like, I was talking about how I own like the youngest I will go with like a sexual partner or a lover, or maybe a relationship person is like 20. Like it has to be above 25, I think, because I was saying. By 25, you've realized that you aren't going to change the world. Yeah. Like you can have an impact on the people that you have connections with and like that are in your environment, but you're like the world is as it is, and like you're not going to be a big difference. Yeah. Like you might get famous, maybe you can create some things, but like And so I wonder. I feel like a lot of the kind of dogmatic fascist, belief system people that like argue with you. I think if you're doing that after your 20s, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
In your 20s, you can be excused for it because you still have this idealism and you still, hope or whatever that is, But like, and you can do that, but like sort of later 20s, that's when you're kind of going, oh, I'm putting it all together and like, I am not the center of the universe. Yeah. And there's all these things that I'm not in control of.
Absolutely.
And I'm just a I'm just a flawed individual that's going to make mistakes and betray my own sets of values and hurt people and be contradictory and what's the word I'm looking for?
Hypocrisy? Hypocritical?
Hypocritical. And like, I can be all these, and so it's like, if people are being those dogmatic cunts after their 20s, then it's like, they're dangerous.
That's fascism. For me, that's fascism.
Yeah.
Because you genuinely are so ignorant that you're attacking people for generally speaking their point of view, and you think that your point of view is the only one that's right.
We have to talk about it. Did you hear about the person on the... have I talked about this on the pod already? No, I haven't. I've just talked about it with a lot of people at the Comedy Cafe Berlin, a person of color, a black person of color, okay, Anna, in this improv game said the N-word in the improv, and then everyone in the space was uncomfortable, and then basically the owners of the venue made this person apologize for saying the N-word, even though they're absolutely entitled to say the N-word. Yeah, have you heard about this?
No, I haven't. Okay. But you actually say, I've heard Black African Americans and the people from Africa who are black using the N-word, dropping it quite often. But I also believe that it's when they're using it, they are kind of owning it.
Yeah.
It's there. I don't think.
Of course.
I don't think you can actually. I use word faggot a lot on my my shows. But the thing is, I don't think it's anybody's business to come and tell you what you can put in your show or
Absolutely.
not. Especially if that, at the end of the day, brings customers that pay their bill in the cafe.
But essentially, like, you can say faggot, like, because you've been called that.
Yes.
Like, I can feel okay lightly saying it because I will engage in gay activity, but I haven't been called it, and so I don't have as much of a claim to it. So I don't comfortably publicly say it because it's not a slur word that's hurt me before.
I also think that, like, for example, if you said it, it's always a context, right? For example, if you said, like, if any straight guy or you, like any straight person would say it in the context of a comedy, I wouldn't get hurt. Yeah. Because at the end, I think it's also about sensitivity issues, with people. You need to stop being fucking sensitive, as well. That's what I'm annoyed with. I would never get offended if a person uses the word faggot in the show. Depending, of course, on the context.
Yes.
If you're not attacking anybody, you're not trying to make someone feel purposely bad about themselves.
Yes.
You can use that word. I use that word.
Yes.
I called my husband that word when he doesn't want to do laundry.
Yes.
So
And if it's all how you do it, and if you're if it's done in a way that's like, it's a joke and it's silly and it's not in any way somehow trying to push people down or make people feel like they're less than because you call them that, like, it's like just real bad. But the N word's a very different topic, and and white people just shouldn't say it.
But the thing is, yes, the N word. I think the problem with the N word, besides the fact that it's a racial slur, I think it's also connected to many other bad things that is not just discriminating someone based on their skin. It generally comes with the slavery and other negative things that in the American society especially has been really cultivating for many, many years, you know. And for example, in Russian language, the whole race is still called the N race.
Really?
Yes, but the problem is they actually derived it from the English scientists. They based on it on a German scientists, and haven't changed it yet.
When you say the word for black,
you would describe every person. Yeah, you would say that N word to describe, but they're not doing it now as well because they're like, for example, it's forbidden now, kind of socially. But yeah, it's okay if you can see from post-Soviet countries, a person who never been outside anywhere, he comes to Germany and he's a black person crossing the road, he will refer to him as an N-word.
Wow, okay, because like Deo's got a bit where he's like, that the N-word is just how Bulgarians say black people.
Post-communist countries, yes, that's how they call them. But the problem is that it's never to offend, really. They actually this is the way they call them. So I also want to say that they're not doing it just to offend someone's feelings. They just don't know better. It's like, and which is a horrible way because they just don't know. For example, when it was many years ago, when my grandparents, they used the N-word. Because when I was in the UK, I came back and they used it. I was like, actually you can call them African Americans, you can call them black people. There's a word black, because N-word is not nice. And they were like, oh, but like how else would you call them? Because they just didn't know. And I was like, well, you don't call them like this because it's offensive to those people. And even though you don't mean any harm to them, they will take it as a personal. Because imagine because Russians, and I remember when you were here with Tyrone, I told you about this. Russians called Azerbaijanis N-word.
Wow.
Yeah, they called us, which is double racism because we're neither black, and it's actually your race. It's just horrible thing, and they called us like that, and they still do. Yeah, they refer to us as black people.
That's interesting, but like not black people, like the N-word.
There's even
that's insane.
There's even a horrible joke. It's about like a black person and a Caucasian. Like Caucasian, I mean person like from Azerbaijan, sitting in the prison cell in Russia, and the police comes and say, "Hey, black ass, you can get out." And the black dude turns to Azerbaijan and says, he refers to
He's talking to you.
He's talking about
hilarious.
you. And that's why. So that's why I think I would see why a person can get a problem using that word, but at the same time, if that person is black, I don't think there should be any problem. It's like,
but that's just like the like pervert, like it's so perverse that this comedy club made a black person apologize for using a word that they can use.
They haven't heard the shit I say.
Yeah, like it'd be like them telling you can't say the F word and telling everyone you need to apologize to everyone for saying that.
I would never go to that place to perform. I actually should. What was the place again?
Comedy Cafe Berlin.
Well,
I'm naming it. Like now, the thing is, I just want to do a bit of a disclaimer here. I wasn't there. I don't know. It's hearsay. It is what a lot of people on the scene have talked about. Maybe there was some context that I don't know. I like to think that maybe this black performer did an improv situation where he was making the next white improviser say the N-word.
He was setting him up.
Like, I love that. And then, like, that's hilarious.
That's what I'm going to do to Anna on my show on the 26th. I'm gonna get out of canceled by a bunch of gay people. You know, it's like, but the thing is, again, who the hell are you to dictate me what I can talk about and I cannot talk about? This is my set. It actually has worked, and if it has worked, what the hell? You know, like this is just come on.
But it's like it's also like I actually think like if a white person had done that, had said the N-word, of course they need to be like, hey, that was inappropriate. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But like you can't make a black person apologize for using that word.
Yeah, which is like in its own way, it's like okay, fine. I mean, does that N-word rub me no matter who uses it? Actually, it does rub me sometimes because I'm like, okay, you know, I think we can be above that. But then I'm like, okay, I use word faggot, so it's fine, you know. But I also think that
it is a reclamation.
It's a reclamation.
It's really like I could totally like the history. Of course, you'd want to use that, and it's a term that it's a term of endearment. Like you know, it's like it's not the same at all, and I don't want to say that it's the same, but like using the word cunt and using it for both negative as well as positive is important to me, and like suggesting that it's a bad word is like, no, it's just a part of the body, like no.
Yeah, it's just no for me. Like if you message me, hey Emin, how are you old faggot? You know, I would be fine with that.
I'll do that every time from now on. That's the only way I'm going to message you, Emin. That's it. I'm going to change you in my phone now. It'll be Emin old. Afandi.
Old fat faggot. You know, double
F. We don't need to put the fat in.
Yeah, because that's the problematic.
Yeah. I've got a picture of you. It's all right.
Really? Like did my face actually get into the picture? You know, that's what my father told me. He recently told me when we were talking to him on FaceTime, he was like, oh, you must have lost some weight. Now I can see at least 30% of your face. I was like, wow, and you still haven't grown any hair, you know, on your head, you know? So yeah, that's what I always say. You know, you fat shame me, that's fine. But remember, I can lose my weight, but you can't stop being an asshole, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. And no fat shaming. I'm not fat. I would never fat shame. You know, that's not
fat shaming. Come on. Like for me, fat shaming is like, it's so funny because you are literally telling person who can actually lose the weight, you know, that.
But I just like why would you shame anyone for being fat? Like it's just like, why would you shame anyone for any part of their body? Like it's just insane.
Why would you shame anyone for anything? You know, like
exactly.
Just consider your fucking damn life. You know,
there's times when you can shame people. I think
no, not for body or something like that.
Not for their body. Well, maybe like if they're not cleaning themselves, you can be like, dude. But shaming's not the right way to do it. You'd be like, hey, there's a thing called deodorant, and like I think you could benefit from that. You know, that's not shame. I think there's a way, if there is something to do with the body that's like unhygienic or like problematic for other people, like actually problematic, like as in if you're creating a smell, or if you're like just farting in public. Like there was definitely a dude on my train today that was just dropping these disgusting bombs.
Oh my God.
And every time it was coming, I was just like so angry looking around like, who would do this? It's like people who fart on the dance floor are fucking like, what are you, 12? Like grow the fuck up, you're in public. Like you can't just like that's ruining the whole space. You can't do that.
But have you ever told anyone you're fucking smelly?
I find it really hard.
I have.
I did it in the green room at the Wall, like
to a comedian?
It was to a group of, there was a lot of comedians in there, and I walked in and I was like, it stinks of body odor in here. Every one of you, smell yourself. If you can smell yourself, leave the green room. And it was like there were like 15 comics in there. I was like, it is disgusting. Like this is disrespectful. Smell yourself. If you can smell yourself, get out of here.
But this is one thing that I think is important also. You are on a show, you come to a place, you're gonna engage with many people.
Yeah.
Please use a fucking deodorant or at least wash your fucking pits. You know, it's like, and look decent, you know? Like,
yes, you're performing, but also you have colleagues that have to share the space with you.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Be considerate of what you're bringing into the space. It's like, yeah, there's sometimes performers that go up and it's like, it's understandable that you can sweat on stage, but if you're arriving and you like bring a t-shirt if you needed to run between places, bring some deodorant, dude. Like just be considerate.
Just because trust me, no matter how great is your set, but if you fucking smell and look like a fucking mess,
right?
No one is gonna like it, you know?
Right.
It's just no.
It's just no.
I'm proud of you that you did that because you know, it takes balls to do that.
Yeah.
And you did a correct thing.
I was just so angry. I was just like, it was the third Sunday in a row where it was like, someone is like very potent right now. Like it's a lot. And it was in winter. And so in Berlin, in winter, like it's quite warm inside places, and people rush and they're always wearing the same jacket. It was just like, someone needs to wash their fucking jacket and to really get some better deodorant.
Yeah, no. So yes, people, hygiene, please.
Hygiene is so important. So important.
Very important.
But speaking of like the taste of cum, as well as like other things, like do you think, I don't know, like when you kiss people, does like their body taste like? Do you take information from that? Like, are you like, oh, this person is like the best for me because they taste like this, or?
I genuinely read, and I know, because this is actually a good question. Attention, everybody. I actually love. So I read that if you like someone's smell, it means that your immune systems are compatible.
Yes.
So, and that's why for me, when I kiss with someone and I like their smell of their body, and I like their smell in general, I think of it that, oh, my immune system likes that person too.
Yeah.
So I actually genuinely, I'm way more positive about those people, and I'm more open to share even some random things with them,
Like
on the
swallowing
first
their
date.
cum.
Not that.
Not that.
Yeah, that
Not
no
that.
matter.
That's still off the table.
That's still off the table. That's something I've done. Like, I think I haven't done that since I was 19 years old. Like, that was the last time I swallowed cum.
That's crazy.
Yeah. 19
Jesus.
years old.
The stats are like,
Well, I've been having since I was 10, so.
No.
I'm kidding.
Fuck off. That's some trauma right there. No. I wonder, like in metric tons, how much semen I've consumed in my life.
Well, you're literally you're a cannibal at this point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm a monster.
No, but honestly, for me, the smell, like the way their mouth, smell from the mouth, like that's all very important. Because I also can tell you, I met this lovely, cute guy once. He was Greek, and I wasn't out as a gay guy back then. I was 21. It was in Reading, in England. He was one of the students at the dorm. And I met him, and we kind of came to my place. We started kissing. And you know the smell when you have something wrong with your teeth?
Oh. So
as soon as his mouth, was approaching mine, I was like, so I had to kind of kiss him because I was okay, just do it once. But as soon as I did it, of course, I regretted my choices. I was like, and that was the moment I was kind of, I told him that I'm sorry, but I just remembered that I have an essay that I need to finish. And can we just finish this up early? He was like, oh, and the funny thing, he tried to go into my pants, he was like, oh, maybe. But the thing is, and he was hot. He was as tall as me. He was hairy. He was everything that I like about a guy.
Yeah.
But that smell was such a buzzkill to me that my whole body was just like, no, you have standards. You shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And I genuinely said that I actually, sorry, dude, I have an essay to finish. But I'm sorry, but yeah, you will have to go. He was like, are you sure? Like, did I do something wrong? I was like, no, I'm just really, really want to do well at this essay. And I just remember, I was like, I'm so sorry, it's actually my fault. I still kind of didn't want to be horrible to him.
Yeah.
Although now I think I actually should have been, because I probably would have saved his next date from this torture. But I think,
But what can you say? Like, you need
can't
to go to a dentist,
because it's not what he actually. Okay, I don't mind garlic, onion, or food. Like, food is fine. I mean, you're human.
Yeah.
You just ate. What can you do? But
Yeah.
like when you have bad teeth, breath.
Yes.
This is just something.
Yes, when it's like there's a bitterness or there's like it's not right. Yeah. Also, like super stale smoker's mouth is really not super stale. Like if they've been, I'm just like, oh, that's so rough.
Disgusting. No, man.
Yeah.
And just one hint for to viewers who deal with this kind of situation: parsley, and fresh mint before date. Not a chewing gum, but fresh
fresh
herbs. They will help you to get rid of that horrible, because at least that they would get in that side that teeth get stuck there, and that will actually, it kills the stomach smell and everything. So,
Yeah, it's the stomach smell as well. It's like
oh, that's one. Oh,
oh
no.
my God.
I'm. This one is even more horrible because if you know, because this is a problem with flatulence that people have. You know that you have that problem. Why wouldn't you, like?
Yeah.
It's just not nice. It means that you don't give a shit about your date. Like if you show up. Like
Yeah,
this.
right.
For me, it's just a signal. I didn't try. Like it's
Absolutely.
just I just want to get laid. Like because I didn't put, because when I go on to meet people who I want, I put lots of effort.
Yeah,
Like
I
and
put
that's
effort.
no.
Yeah,
No,
no.
no. Smell is one of like, and feet smell of dirty feet.
I haven't encountered dirty feet smell for a long time.
Well, the socks, no, when the
Yeah,
person
I haven't like no one's had bad feet for a long time.
Well, for me it was also once, but that
I
was
had an
more
ex-boyfriend who had bad feet. Yeah, just one, I think, really.
again.
Yeah,
The thing is, all these problems that people have, you can fix
they're
them if
very
you just
fixable.
fucking
Just fucking shower and like a bit of personal maintenance. No, but the standard of my mind are pretty high. Like I don't encounter these problems
Yeah.
like, at all. Like I haven't kissed someone been like ooh for a very long time. I haven't like again like good cum taste, good like good everything.
But I also think this kind of things happen to you when you're like at least at early 20s,
Yeah.
when you're dating and you don't know
Yeah.
who's your type.
Yeah.
But it's good to make those mistakes because that teaches you what things to expect from your partner. Like Desi, for example, my husband, he immediately we went on a date. He had some food, but before kissing me, it was so funny because we didn't have a kiss at that point. But he just went and quickly brushed his teeth.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
that's a signal he wants to kiss.
That's adorable.
It was so funny because it was so like it's just like I wouldn't like. But if you see, it's okay to say, do you mind if I go and brush my teeth?
Yeah.
I will say yes. Go brush your teeth. Thank you so much for asking me. You don't even have to ask me. Go brush your teeth because it means you care about the person.
Absolutely. Although there is something in if someone's staying over, and like you're not like an established couple, there's something about like okay, like they don't have a toothbrush here. I will not clean my teeth in solidarity of them not being able to clean their teeth. Like maybe I don't have a spare toothbrush, sharing it. Like it's at that moment where it's too intimate. Use a cotton bud.
Yeah, cotton bud to clean it. I've done that.
I would use my finger, yeah.
Yeah, or a
but like
finger.
often like I don't know. I have lots of situations where they sort of stay over, like we fuck and then we're in bed and then it's like okay, let's go to sleep, and like you just don't clean your teeth because it's like.
But if
early days.
Would you ever, with a person who are in a very serious relationship and you live together, would you use their toothbrush?
Yeah.
Me, no.
Oh, I've used people's toothbrushes all the time.
No.
Like I don't know, but we all have different things, right? Like I'll use someone else's toothbrush if they're like, you can use my toothbrush. I'll be like, cool. But also like in like if you stay over at someone's place and they're not like, hey, do you want to clean your teeth? Then I'll just not clean my teeth and they haven't cleaned their teeth and then we're on the same level.
I am such a bitch. I wouldn't even let Daisy put on my t-shirts. I'm like, no, that's mine. I have a very private personal things about my stuff. I don't, and I think it's because of my mother.
Okay.
Always, taking my stuff. People take stuff without permission,
Okay.
And that's why I'm very protective of my stuff. I mean, I will share if you ask me.
Yeah.
Like, can I wear this shirt? I will. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But if you do it without my permission, I'll be fucking.
Yeah, no, I think you need to ask to use stuff.
Yeah, even if you're married,
Yeah, absolutely, it's still your stuff for sure, for sure. But no, I was just like, the not cleaning your teeth in solidarity on the first, like when you're getting to know someone. And like it's a bit too intimate to be like.
I don't think.
Or is that like a weird straight thing of like we're too scared of intimacy that we avoid that?
Weird. I think it's weird because you generally, if things don't work out with this person, And this is the day when your teeth decide to give up on you. You're like, maybe you should have cleaned your teeth. That's
So
why.
what do you mean, like your teeth decide to give up on you?
Yeah,
What
well,
do you
maybe
mean?
this is the day when you actually ate something that started the infection, and if you actually cleaned it, it wouldn't.
You don't get infections from eating things.
Uh, okay, Anna, you just don't know how much germaphobe I can be.
But it doesn't make sense. Like, you will clean your teeth eventually. It's just that, like,
Oh, you want to hear stories about my germophobia? Go to England. The whole
but yeah,
I
yeah.
abused the British health care
System?
system.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought I had cancer.
Oh, good. Okay. That's healthy.
I thought I had cancer, and I would go there every day so they can check me up and tell me that I don't have cancer.
Oh my God.
Yes, and at some point, but I had a great Indian doctor. He was originally from India. He was a really great doctor. He just he looked at me and was like, "Emin, I checked you 3 times. You don't have cancer." I was like, "But how
You
do
mean
you
like
know?"
mouth cancer?
No, no,
or-
no. I thought I had a liver cancer, even though
Okay.
I wasn't drinking alcohol at that point. Well,
Okay.
not that much alcohol. Like I just was something was hurting. I thought it was cancer.
Yeah.
Because it just got in my head, and it was fun. He was like, "Emin, you don't have cancer." I was like, "I need an X-ray to see that I don't have cancer." He was like, "Emin, what do you want from me?" I was like, "I want you to say that I don't have cancer." I was like, "Okay, you don't have cancer." I was like, "But this is not what I want," So I kept going there until they actually literally told me, "If you come here once again, we will literally break your leg because we're tired of you abusing taking time." And yeah, so I want to apologize to all the people in Reading for being crazy. So I wasn't
Hard
like
times, huh?
I wasn't my crazy time, girl. But then I came to Azerbaijan, paid someone to X-ray the shit out of me, and because at that point I thought, what if I have a tumor in my brain? So I made a MRI scan of my brain, and the doctor said I can't see anything. And my dad was like, "Well, that's not surprising. I always knew there's nothing in there," you know. So
Oh, Dad. Okay. All right. So like you're worried about you're just worried about you. Okay. So you're a hypochondriac, basically.
well, I was hypochondriac.
Okay.
It took a very long time for me to work that out, but eventually I kind of, I let it go.
Okay.
I let it go.
Okay, all right. So for you, the relatability of a solidarity, not cleaning teeth moment with a new lover it doesn't exist. You can't relate to that.
Yeah,
You would
no,
always
no.
okay.
I'm like, even if I don't have, you should fucking clean your teeth, and that's what I appreciate about my husband. He went and brushed his teeth, before he
Okay,
kissed me.
interesting.
Aww.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
But is there anything like, okay, when you go on a first date, what is a perfect date for you? Like, what is a setting in which you know that this date is going successful?
Well, I would say the ideal date is like meeting meeting up is easy. Like we meet, we're in a nice environment, so probably a bar, we have good chats. Yep, we are like really, balanced, good chats, fun, and then I would say a good date would lead, like, I don't have to fuck on the first date, but if it is a good date and the vibe is going well, then it's like,
Why not?
why not? So maybe after, a couple of hours chatting, we go to his or mine. And
Would you
then,
go like full sex or just blowjob?
it depends, but probably, the thing is, it's so intimate. Yeah. I would do probably everything, but like, it depends. Like, it depends on the vibe and it depends on how we're connecting. So I think with different people, you have different kind of, the comfort level develops differently between you and like what that translates to in terms of sexual acts and what you'll do. It depends. But like, yeah. So like I've had a date in the last month where, yeah, like we met up, great chats, like good chats, good vibe. We made out. Usually like a kiss somewhere before we go back to a house, I would say, to sort of like physical check.
Aww.
Yeah, so there's like a kiss of like, okay, do we like each other's taste? Do we like each other's smell? Do we feel a connection physically?
Okay.
Yeah. And then it go back, and then however the sexual dynamic evolves, it evolves. And then Not, yeah, like, I'm not always like, yes, we have to sleep over, but yeah, like sometimes it's like, okay, I'm gonna go, because sleeping is very intimate. Like
Yeah.
it's
Isn't
so
it? Like
intimate.
it's just hugging and
It's
this is all.
it's like sleeping is the most intimate. It's like you're hugging for 8 hours. It's like a day's work. Just holding someone, and you've just met them. It's crazy. Like it's the craziest level of intimacy, I think.
Me and Daisy and I don't hug because I squished him once. All I heard in the night was like, I was like, shut up. I just kept sleeping on top of this.
On top.
Yeah, that's why sometimes me and Daisy we play this game. We do this role play where we play this kind of a Second World War thing. I'm on top of him and he says I can't feel my legs, and that's
I like it. That's beautiful. I feel like that's very Vietnam. Kind of
Vietnam
thing.
guy. I can't feel my legs.
Yeah.
No, but me and Desi had lots of funny sex stories. For example, it was very funny because when he was topping me, and I'm much bigger than him, so he literally rushed into my bottom, and I couldn't sit for days. Yeah.
What do you mean?
He ran
Right.
into he was like he had to vroom, go inside me. Yeah, my ass looked like an entrance to Upside Down from Stranger Things, and it was.
I haven't seen Stranger Things, so I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, it's lots of drapey skin, and it was
So he hurt you?
kind of. I couldn't sit, and the funny thing, I was having a Zoom meeting with one of the clients that I do buying from, and they were like, "Why are you standing up?" I was like, "Just today, I really don't want to sit."
Oh, you poor thing.
It was very funny. Everyone at work was like, "Why are you standing up today?" And I was making sure I have to scan stuff, and I was very busy. I was working from my phone,
Oh
it was
my goodness.
because it can be very painful, like it's
It can't. Do you use butt plugs?
no.
No. Okay.
Do you use butt plugs?
Yeah.
Do you have one right on you?
No. I think for long term wear. So I did actually wear one.
Anna.
I did wear
Such a
one for like.
disappointment.
I know. I did wear one for like maybe 2 hours the other night, and it was like there was sex, and then I was like, okay, I'll keep it and let's see. And then we were watching a movie, and then when eventually I took it out, I was like, oh, like I think sitting with it in wasn't like the best option, because I think it may have like disrupted something.
So you popped like a champagne bottle.
That's huge, dude. That's what. I was just like the top of the bottle, and then the rest of the bottle is there. No, you shouldn't do anything with an opening. You know that. But no, I was just like I've got 2 butt plugs now, actually.
Oh.
I tend to buy butt plugs right before I do comedy shows in foreign cities. I find myself in sex
That's an
stores.
interesting ritual.
It is an
It
interesting
just makes you
ritual.
feel calm inside.
It's just yeah. It's like this is
Like
yeah.
you have hysteria and just shut it up by putting plug in your
I don't wear it for the show. I just buy it and have it in my bag. And
Guess
I'm like,
what? I have a secret tonight, but you don't know.
exactly. It's like, ha ha ha, I got a butt plug. Ha, ha, ha.
And it falls in the middle of the show.
That would be hilarious if that would. They're like they really fit in there. Like they don't fall out.
Your career will just skyrocket even more after that.
Yeah, like I wouldn't wear pants, or like it would just fall onto the stage. No, that's crazy. That's insane.
No, for me, I think in sex you should try everything. You should try everything. You should be open-minded. The only thing I think I really like nipple play. Do you like nipple play?
I like nipple
like
play.
nipple play. I have beautiful nipple clamps that Daisy decided to use at some point as a keychain, but that's beside the point,
Nipple clamps are great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's
Was there a knock at the door?
yes.
Does he need to come out?
Yeah.
That's okay. He can come out.
Daisy, you can come out.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap up soon anyway, but yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, dude, we haven't finished yet.
Okay, something for we're just gonna continue. You went to the toilet?
I'll just get something because I'm being been in there for 4 hours.
Okay, come on.
Come on out. Come on out. Come on out.
Come on.
Come on
I'm
out.
starting to get cabin fever inside that.
All good. All good. Come out. We're almost finished.
We almost finished, yeah.
Nipple clamps. Yeah, I discovered nipple clamps actually only this year. I went to Kit Kat and I went to Kit Kat with a friend. It was her birthday, and her friend who's a dominatrix. And her dominatrix gifted her these like chained nipple clamps. Yeah, and then like you can make them tighter or they're cute little guys.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
You have such a good friend.
And to my friend, I didn't get them. They're not mine now. I was just like, they were really beautiful. They're really beautiful nipple clamps. I actually want to get those ones. But when I was in Hamburg recently, I saw there were nipple clamps that also that are chained, and then there's a separate chain and there's a clit clamp. And I was like, woof, that's intense. So I could be nipple clamped and clit clamped. I'm like, I'm not sure if I'd want my...
Would you try that?
I would totally try it, of course. But what was fun with the nipple clamps when I first experienced them was the three of us at Kit Kat. We would we went into the toilet, and whilst one of us organized some drugs, the other one was attaching the nipple clamps to the other one, and then we'd swap, and so we all had a turn getting our nipples clamped, and the other one doing it, and then the other one taking cocaine.
But what pleasure can you get from getting your clitoris clamped? Do you think it will do something? I think it's a little bit painful. It's a bit of a sensitive area. No.
I think it would be similar to nipples. It's just more intense.
Really?
Yeah.
I think no. Because I genuinely think that it's. I genuinely think that for me, it's. If I saw someone with my dick, I wouldn't be very happy.
But I think it'd be the thing is that I think the clit's a very different size and shape to a foreskin. Right? Well, not foreskin
but that's
the tip of the penis, I should say. The fore penis, the fore area, how you'd actually stimulate that versus a clit. It's very different.
No, I don't think I would be very comfortable with. I always wanted to get the Prince Albert ring.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think...
I've fucked one of those.
You fucked? I haven't. I actually thought about it for a very long time, but then I just thought, jewelry is not for me, and that's the reason why, where would I get a beautiful ring, But since Daisy actually lost his, engagement ring, I'm gonna think we're gonna actually get a new... We're gonna get a Prince Albert rings,
A Prince Albert ring on the penis.
On the penis, yes.
That's it. That sounds.
That will make sure that there's no left wing action, So
no cheating.
No cheating. Yeah.
The Prince Albert's pretty intense, though, dude. I actually researched that there's a society a culture. I think it's in Southeast Asia. I think it's Papua or somewhere where all the men get them. Yeah. And then if a man doesn't get one, that can be grounds for his wife to divorce him. If he doesn't get it.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, but because it extends the length, and it means that the tip is always hard. Because you've got the ring there. So it's always hard going in, so it's always going to hit.
Do you know any good piercers in Berlin?
I'm certain that Berlin's got the best Prince Albert fucking piercers.
I really thought about piercing my nipples too, because I thought
about that too.
I thought about it. I think it's very sexy, but I just think with the size of these nipples right now, it's probably just gonna look like a wardrobe, So that's why I don't want to pierce my nipples.
But also, I'm more scared of the possibility, because there's the possibility that it can remove all sensation
in your nipples.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, and same with the clit. It's why would you? There's the small possibility, but it's still possible that it can remove all feelings.
I genuinely believe that I think I don't mind trying things, no matter what it is. But I think
if there's a chance of removing your sensitivity, no fucking way.
Have you seen that those people who do piercing in the urethra and they tattoo their whole dick? Have you seen one of those things? Their dick look like a dragon, and they put the piercing not on the tip, but they put it inside the urethra.
Prince Albert is in the urethra. It goes through the penis into the urethra. That's a Prince Albert.
Yeah, but I talk not about Prince Albert like a ring. I talk about the one which is like a pin inside the penis. I'll show you later.
It's going into the urethra.
Yeah.
But then where does the end go?
They take it out during sex.
Oh, as in it's like a plug.
So it's
urethra
like a
plug.
Urethra
so it's not
plug,
a piercing at all.
It's called it's called sounding. when they
I thought it was called docking. It's sounding. It's sounding.
Sounding. It's called sounding. Aww. Sex
Yeah,
education.
sounding.
Sex educated.
yeah,
We know
yeah.
everything about sex, you know.
Yeah.
Because we're both very horny.
Yeah.
You know. It's
But sounding, when you it's not a pin. It's like, and it's not a piercing, but it's a penetrative tool for the urethra.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, and it's actually becoming a major thing right now, especially in porn.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they all do it.
Yeah.
And it's actually very, and just to say, people, you shouldn't do it without a medical. It's a horrible thing to do by yourself. You should never try it because you can actually damage a lot of things. So don't do
Yeah.
it. I mean, you're not a Jew, so you don't have to worry about that. But you know, just to your audience, don't do it.
But like, why not do it? Like, as in, like,
You can generally hurt yourself because this is something that only medical professionals should do. Because there's lots of things like correct lubrication, like how to actually prepare penis for this. It's not just like you just take it, put a bit of Vaseline on it, and just shove it in. It's actually more than that.
Okay.
So that's why.
I'm gonna be doing some research on it then.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious. But
Would you do it to a guy though? Would you? Because the people like do it like it's like inside masturbation. You
Yeah,
know, like
absolutely.
you just.
Of course
do
I'd do it.
Yeah,
I do I'm pretty much.
I would do it too.
I'm pretty much open to everything, to be honest.
Me
Like,
too. Unless there's shitting involved, then I'm
Yeah,
out.
except shitting. Like, shitting is where it stops. Like, that is the line.
And blood. Like that's for me.
No, blood I'm super into.
Really?
Not like fresh cuts, but like if there was like a jar of blood, or if it's my blood, then it's fine.
No. You mean when you mean jar of blood? You mean you're bleeding the other guy, or you're?
If the dude's like, hey, I've got this blood from when I like fucking had an accident and it's from here, and I would like to do something with blood, I'd be like, okay, that's fucking weird. But
So the
I'm
vampire
interested.
thing.
Vampire thing's fine.
Oh, okay.
But like no cutting. Like cutting,
yeah,
no.
no,
But
that's too
like
extreme.
blood is fine. But
yeah,
like
you
no
see,
cutting.
for me, blood would be no, because again, for me, it's the whole health risk. I think with that, I think that's the reason why I wouldn't do it. But I can see why you would be attracted, because whole vampire thing is very hot.
Yeah, but honestly, I can't see why blood would come into it outside of just menstruation. That's the only. That's the only thing that blood makes sense for me. Yeah.
Are you into like rare or medium rare steak?
Yeah, exactly. That's more like, which day would you like, sir?
But
Day
have
one,
you
day
ever
two.
done it during your period?
Many times.
I think I will never understand what it like, but it must be painful.
No, why?
Just painful.
Why?
No, because it's like lots of skin coming out. No.
Well, so you've got the uterus,
Yeah,
and then there's the cervix, and then you've got the vagina, and then that's the entry point here. So it's like where the skin's coming. It's not skin. It's where the lining. So more like a blood lining.
blood lining.
That's coming off. It's like you're not having any contact. There's no contact with that, and then the lining coming off itself can sometimes hurt, like cramp, but the penis has no contact with it, nor does a finger, nothing. Like, there's no contact with it. Yeah.
Okay, now that you put it in a nicer way, I kind of dig it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really just free lubricant.
Okay, all right.
Because you're wet inside with blood.
Well, trust me, I'm drying up right now.
Yeah. It's fucking great. Like, it's the best time to have sex.
Oh wow, that.
It's free lube.
Yeah, straight sex is scary.
Well, so are babies, you know what I mean? So,
Which we swallow.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't anymore.
You don't anymore.
I swallow the babies.
You don't swallow the babies?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That would be terrifying. Okay, so I think we're going to wrap it up. Okay, good. I was worried about the recording for a second. Okay, cool. Any last comments or any last directions that we sort of started and didn't complete, or any last things you wanted to?
No, just I think one of the things you need to remember that, anything can be a dildo if you're brave enough.
I agree. But sometimes see your doctor.
Yes.
Yes.
So he can find those things.
Yes.
And bring it back, because sometimes you miss your iPhone and you really need it.
Exactly. I mean, also like live animals inserted inside your anus. Maybe rethink it. Like
Rethink it. Yes.
Maybe rethink it.
Yeah. Yeah. Their small animals' lives is short enough. You know,
Yeah, like,
they've seen
don't.
enough shit in there.
Exactly. Like, do you know anyone that's actually had a live animal up their
No,
butt?
but I've seen lots of documentaries about people who shoved mouse or
Yeah.
a squirrel
Yeah,
down
squirrel,
their ass. Yeah, or a
gerbils,
fish.
hamsters, fish.
Fish. Like, why would you do that?
That's just weird. That's just. It wouldn't move much, would it? Just be like.
Yeah, and die quickly.
Whereas at least like one with like that moves is like moving.
Like a salamander.
Yeah, like it's exactly.
Gecko.
Although it might be too slinky. Not enough friction. Gross. All right, cool. Plug your stuff. I mean, plug it. Where can people find you?
Oh, where people can find me. So, guys, you can find me on afandi.emin Instagram afandi.emin. You can find my podcast, the one which I did with amazing Anna today as well. It's called The Universe of Roast, available on Spotify, Amazon, Google. And also, exciting news, Anna, you know already.
I did.
On the 26th of May, I'm starting my own show, a competition called Emin's Shady Comedy Race, a homage to RuPaul's Drag Race, where 4 comedians will be competing for a title of the Queen or a King Bitch of Berlin, where amazing Anna Barros will be actually headlining for me in the second half. So you should come and definitely check out the show. Yes, and check my page and my podcasts. I will be very happy to see you there. Yeah.
Yes, enjoy more of Emin, and
Yeah.
and that was a lot of fun. And that
Thank you so much.
has been Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.